Hey guys, Comic Foil here, and Skies of Arcadia is back. Well, no, it's not like they're actually making another game, but the Let's Play will be back starting tomorrow. This is going to be episode 74. Oscar and I spent a lot of time on this game. We had to stop because I was moving. All of my stuff was in storage for a while, but finally, we can get back to a Let's Play that you guys have been giving a lot of support to. So to drum up a little bit of hype for it again, and also to remind us of all the stuff that we covered already, I wanted to put together a hopefully pretty quick compilation of everything that's happened in the story so far. So here's the world, Arcadia. Once Arcadia was a planet much like ours, except it had 6 different colored magic moons. Moonstones would occasionally fall to Earth, and these moonstones would be used to do magic and make impressive technology, like airships. 6 great civilizations rose up, one for each moon, but they were constantly at war. The Silver Civilization GTFO'd, but the other 5 used purified moonstones called moon crystals to control their own giant beasts called the Gygus. Eventually, as if by divine intervention, the rains of destruction happened, moonstones pelting the planet from on high and sending everyone back to the Moonstone Age. Not only that, but the core of the world was completely destroyed, so now Arcadia is just a ball of sky with a few continents floating around. Eventually, new civilizations formed around the moons, such as Nasser, the Red Moon country and Middle East analog, and Valua, the evil empire of the Yellow Moon with aristocracy and way better tech. Once airships were reinvented, Arcadia became the perfect world and Valua the perfect targets for air pirates. There are 2 kinds of air pirates. Black pirates are scoundrels who will plunder from any ship cursed enough to cross their path. The blue rogues, on the other hand, are Robin Hood types, helping people in need and only stealing from Valua. One such blue rogue is the great Captain Dine, but this story isn't about him, it's about Dine's son Vice, his best friend and fellow pirate Ica, and a mysterious girl named Fina, who gets captured by the Valuan admiral. See, Valua is ruled by Queen Theodora, who has a son, Prince Enrique. Their military is run by the Grand Admiral, an intimidating man named Glacian. Under him are 5 admirals: Alfonso, a spineless cur who only got in by his noble lineage; Gregorio, a Stonewall soldier who's like family to Prince Enrique; Vigoro, a womanizing lunkhead; Beleza, a former refugee and master tactician; and Deloco, Valua's top scientist who has a few screws loose. And then there's Ramirez. Ramirez is actually from the long-lost Silver Civilization, sent on a mission to retrieve the 5 nations' moon crystals so that they can never again summon the Gygus. But Ramirez got jaded during his mission here and decided he liked being Galcian's ward better. He plans to help Galcian use the moon crystals to rule the world, and Galcian appoints him as Valua's 6th admiral. With Ramirez off task, the Sylphites send a second missionary, Fina and her shape-shifting pet Cupel. But her mission's off to a rocky start when she's captured by Alfonso. Surreptitiously, Alfonso's ship is raided by Captain Dine, Vice, and Ica, who rescue Fina and several crates of loot, taking them back to their base, Pirate Island. Fina's hesitant to share her business there, but in the meantime, Vice and Ica take a small airboat out to Shrine Island to collect some moonstones, fight a cool ancient robot, and come back to find Pirate Isle in ruins. Valua found the base, captured Fina and all the pirates, and took them back to the Valuan Grand Fortress. So Vice and Ica decide to get them back with their crappy little boat. No surprise they don't make it far, and they're attacked by a giant arc whale named Rocknum. Luckily, they're saved by a grumpy one-armed old mariner named Drachma, who reluctantly takes them on his ship, the Little Jack. Drachma has spent the last several years hunting Rocknum, but no weapons seem to work. After some information retrieval on Sailor's Island, Vice finds out there's a harpoon cannon being sold in Valua, so Drachma agrees to help the kid sneak into Valua so he can get the harpoon cannon. First, they get a passport in exchange for helping a merchant ship, trading blows with a not-so-fearsome black pirate named Balter. With the fake passport, our heroes get into the fortress, Drachma gets the cannon, Vice and Ica save Dine and the others from execution, and help Fina escape Galcian before she can tell them about the moon crystals, which they already know about thanks to Ramirez, so, well, there's other reasons they wanted her. Fina trusts Vice and Ica now, so they and Drachma are together on a mission to collect the moon crystals. Except Drachma isn't. He leaves the 3 kids on a port town in Nasser so that he can get back to hunting Rocknum. First chance he gets. Dang. Still, the kids press on and meet a gorgeous belly dancer named Belena, who has a ship and agrees to take them to the Temple of Pyrin to collect the red moon crystal. Bing bang boom, they succeed, but Belena turns out to be Beleza, takes the crystal for herself and uses it to raise the red Gygus Recommend. But Drachma comes back to pick up the kids and help fight the Titan, which is completely impervious to all of the Little Jack's weapons. Plan B, the gang engages Beleza's ship. Beleza knows that she's beat and surrenders the crystal, which powers down Recommend. That's 1 moon crystal down, and with some pilfered Valuan engines, the Little Jack's strong enough to slowly traverse South Ocean to Ixataka, the Green Moon Kingdom. Ixataka is the Africa to Valua's Europe. The Valuans already have strong footing here and have taken many slaves to mine for moonstones. Vice has a run-in with Deloco and his tricked-out Zeppelin, but the Little Jack wins and Vice decides to help the Ixatakans by busting their mystic out of the mining prison, avoiding avoiding traps from DeLoco and beating Alfonso a second time along the way. Then the crew goes to a lost city for the green crystal, except it turns out the Ixotakans had it the whole time, and summoned their Gygus, Grendel, to drive out the Valuans. This works to a point, but the chief quickly loses control and Grendel goes on a rampage. The Little Jack still can't hurt these things, but it can knock Grendel down a ravine where he can't harm anyone anymore. After a good diplomacy roll, the Ixotakans hand over the crystal in good faith. 2 down and the Little Jack pieces out. Side tour, Vice and the crew have a run-in with the overweight pirate Gordo, wherein they learn some more about Drachma. He's not just hunting Rochnum for eating his arm off. Rochnum's also responsible for killing Drachma's crew and his son, Little Jack. Oh. While Drachma pouts, they all fly to the outskirts of Valua to a place called the Maw of Tartus. Seems the ancient Valuans were smart enough to seal their Gygus and the moon crystal, powering it under an unbreakable seal, so that one's safe for now. But the crew's not. Rochnum attacks. Drachma tries his harpoon cannon, which accomplishes little more than tethering their ship to the whale. To make matters worse, Ramirez shows up with a fleet and starts blasting. Time to abandon ship! But instead of joining Vice, Ica, and Fina in their lifeboats, Drachma stays behind to go down with his ship. The lifeboats hit the stormy skies, and Vice is separated from the girls. Thus begins the Friends Apart segment of the game. Vice washes up on a desert island and has to live off the land for weeks, until his smoke signal gets the attention of the Claudia, captained by renowned debonair gunslinger, Gilder. While on the island, Vice finds one half of a treasure map that supposedly leads to the treasure of Dekat, the Pirate King. Vice doesn't know what else to do, so he and Gilder head to Nasser's capital city of Nazrad to stock up for a treasure hunt. Meanwhile, Ica and Fina are picked up by another blue rogue, or more like a pink rogue, Clara, a bubbly woman who combs the skies chasing after the man of her dreams, Gilder, in a kind of Sonic Amy situation. She gives Ica and Fina a ride to Nazrad, and the two take up waitressing to pay for a boat. They also happen upon half a map for Dekat's treasure. What are the odds? And decide that with that gold they could buy a better ship that would help them find Vice. So Vice, Gilder, Ica, and Fina, unbeknownst, all travel to the same place and reunite. Turns out Dekat's treasure was simply friendship. No, really, that's what the inscription says. Well, at least the three are together again, so they and Uncle Gilder can head back to Nazrad and oh my god, it's on fire! Yeah, Valua bombed the heck out of them. And there's Ramirez, who with his otherworldly sword skills disarms the party and has them shipped back to the Valuan Grand Fortress. Vice does what he does best, busts out. He and Gilder find Ica and beat Vigoro in a round of fisticuffs, then go searching for Fina. They find her, but how the heck are they gonna get out of here? Help comes from the most unlikely of places, Prince Enrique. See, Enrique doesn't agree with his mother's tyrannical methods, so he joins the pirates and allows them to escape, with the moon crystals, on his personal ship, the mother-flippin' Delphinus. Yo man, check out this ride! Most advanced ship in the world, equipped with a laser-powered moonstone cannon. It blows a hole right through the fortress and carries the party to freedom. So the Delphinus changes things. I guess we're real pirates now. So Vice becomes the official captain, and they set up a pirate base on Crescent Island, the place Vice was deserted before. Gilder decides he's hung out with these kids enough, but as a parting gift, he refers Vice to a couple of great craftsmen to help him build up his base. Now, Vice, Ica, Fina, and Enrique are ready to get back to the crystal hunt. They stop at the city of Esperanza, and after an air battle with Gregorio, who seems like a good guy but would very much like his nephew Enrique back, the Delphinus hurtles into the tumultuous Dark Rift. It's a rough journey, but they become the first Westerners to make it through to the Blue Kingdom of Yafutoma, also known as Asia Land. I'll go through this one quickly. The party makes nice with the local government, goes to a temple and retrieves the moon crystal, but it's stolen from under them by the Emperor's shady-looking vizier, who aligned himself with the Valuans. Those dang Valuans got here a little late by sailing west from Ixotaka, but now we have to deal with Beleza, Vigoro, and the Blue Gygus Blueheim. With the help of the deposed Prince Daigo, the party liberates Yafutoma and for the first time defeats a Gygus in battle. Ooh, that moonstone cannon! 3 crystals down. Next, the crew heads south to the continent of Glacia, now completely uninhabited. The Valuans don't even show up for once. Instead, we meet the last person we expected to see, Drachma, who's hanging out with a dying Rochnum? We should have known, Rochnum was the purple Gygus all along. The ancients installed the moon crystal right to the beast so that it could self-sustain, and without a master it's been wreaking havoc ever since. But thanks to the harpoon wound, it's slowly dying. Drachma forgives Rochnum and stays with it while it dies, putting that whole business behind him. Vice offers to bring Drachma into the fold, but old Drach has some stuff to figure out and he goes off on his own. 1 crystal to go. We're back in Valua now. Thanks to the Yafutoman technology, the Delphinus can now fly under the continent and into some caves to get to the Gygus under the Maw of Tartus. Like Rochnum, Yelagar has its crystal installed directly onto it, so it's time for another Gygus fight and another Gygus victory. Finally, we have all 5 moon crystals. It's time for Fina to return them to the Silver Civilization, but how is she going to get home? You need a special ship to do that, aka the one she came in at the beginning of the game, and that was kind of shot down by Alfonso. Not sure what else to do, the gang hears of a Valuan base where DeLoco is developing a way to get ships into the deep sky, so the gang decides to steal those plans. They infiltrate the base and learn some distressing news. Galcian has decided to betray the crown of Valua, and beckons the other admirals to do the same. Galcian also catches the party trying to escape with his plans, but Gregorio jumps out in front of him and fends Galcian off while the party escapes. Gregorio gives his life for Valua and for Enrique. With these new blueprints, Vice's handymen are able to fortify the Delphinus for deep sky travel, and equip it with a crane and a sonar. So for one last mission, the party sinks down beneath the clouds to salvage Fina's old ship. While trying to surface, they're attacked by DeLoco, but even his advanced Zeppelin can't survive the Delphinus's moonstone cannon. DeLoco's ship sinks for the last time, and DeLoco is killed. So Galcian's running low on allies, but he doesn't seem to mind. He's still got Ramirez, Vigoro, and Beleza, though she seems conflicted. Alfonso skittered away back to Valua, which is the same idea that Enrique has. After one last skirmish with Balter the Black, who might be even less of a threat than he was last time, Enrique takes his leave of Vice's crew, returning home to warn his mother of Galcian's betrayal, which doesn't go super well. Alfonso's been named the new High Admiral, that's a laugh, and Enrique is thrown in prison. The rest of the party has a party. Even Gilder and Clara show up to celebrate the completed quest, though Fina's sad to be going home. She doesn't have to be sad for long though, because the bad guys found our base. Boom! Ramirez's fleet burns the base to the ground and once again bests the party in combat. He gives Vice an ultimatum: hand over the crystals or everyone on the island dies. Reluctantly, Vice agrees and hands them over. But there is another, a silver moon crystal, and it seems like the crystals have more use than just controlling the Gygus. But the silver crystal works a little different. It was broken up and exists metaphysically in the blood of all Sylvites. So, Ramirez explains, if Ramirez just kills another Sylvite, like, say, Fina, he can extract the crystal from them. Luckily, he doesn't get the chance. Gilder gets to his ship and trains the cannons right on Ramirez, forcing Ramirez to back off for now. So it looks like our heroes are defeated, but there's always hope. The crew begins repairing their broken base, and Vice, Ica, and Fina decide their next move should be to head to the Silver Civilization and ask for help. Or at least some clarification. And Gilder's coming too, which is where we paused our Let's Play. Of course, this game also has tons of side quests. Discoveries, moonfish, all kinds of stuff. Here are the major ones. Besides Balter and Gordo, there are a few deadly pirates with big bounties on their heads, and we've non-lethally defeated most of them. There was Rupi and his bodyguard, Lapin the killer engineer, the Ixanes demons who have been capturing potential husbands, V's and his band of imposter heroes, and Daikakuya, this rich sleazebag. He was a pain. Vice managed to convince all of them to live more honest lives. Only one great outlaw remains. Of course, that's not counting the Angel of Death, a pirate hunter named Piastol. She really has it in for Vice and has challenged us to fights 3 times. Over time, we learned that she was once a daughter of wealth, whose ship and family were destroyed by black pirates years ago. Vice and Ica came to help, which is why Piastol thought all this time that Vice was the one responsible. Vice explains the confusion, but both sides know that there's still a score to settle here. One more fight. Speaking of orphans, there's also Maria and her caretaker, Doc. Maria hasn't been the same since her own father was killed, but she has this weird pet bird that eats moonfish. We've been bringing it as many moonfish as we can find. Finally, there's the crew. We've already found all 22 possible crew members for the Delphinus. These include Moegi, Princess of the Yaputoma, who has a thing for Enrique, Vice's childhood pet Pau, the barkeeper Polly and her long-lost husband Robinson, the weapon-forging master Ryukan, a Valuan defected doctor named Ilkamis, Merida the dancer, Pinta the collector, Don the drunkard helmsman, Lawrence the edgelord helmsman, Gilder's craftsman Brabham and Ismail, Hans, son of great engineer Sentime, who we previously rescued from the Moonstone Mines, Clara's gunner Bell, Osmond the merchant, Tika Tika the archer, Kazim the cannon master, Domingo the explorer, a Valuan street rat named Marco, Khalifa the fortune teller, and the Yafutoman sisters Kirila and Urala. I think that's everyone. We've already missed a treasure chest here and there, but we're going for as much completion as we can. So that's the gist of it. Hope you'll join us again. Welcome back to Arcadia.